Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Dora and this is my third update to my plan to pan for this year, 25 and 2025. So at the end of last year I selected 25 makeup products that I would like to finish this year. At my last update about a month ago I was down to 21 items, and at the end of this video I'm gonna tell you how many products have I got left. Am I on track? Let's get straight into the update. I brought 4 face primers into this project. I'm already down to 3, or I was at my previous update. And here's my first empty of this update. This is or was the Alverde Hautbildverfeinerer. It's like a pore blurring type of primer. It was quite serum-like. I didn't like it at the end. At my last update I already told you I was gonna just mix it into my body lotion, and that's exactly how I ended up using it up. And I've got a huge weight drop on here. Now weighs 22.7 grams, and that means I have used up a total of 20.2 grams, and that was 12.6 grams since my previous update. 2 grams exactly between intro and update 1, and then 5.6 grams between update 1 and update 2. So yeah, quite the jump here, and you can see that here on the markings as well. Intro, update 1, update 2, and now all the way up here. Done. Technically I should have used this up on my face, but it did break me out. I wasn't prepared to declutter this or use it on my face, so I think it was ideal. It helped me to move through my body lotion slower. Also in here is my Bare Minerals Prime Time Original Foundation Primer. I have no weight difference compared to last update, but I have used up a total of 1.8 grams since the intro. I think it's fine, you know, I'm down to 2 now, these 2 here, and this one has a tint in it, so I'll be alternating between these 2. I'm not worried about finishing them up, and I'm certain I will finish them up on my face. So moving on to this next one here, Revolution Pro. This is the Radiant Peach Primer, and it's brightening. I tried it once with a different foundation, not my regular one I'm going to talk to you about very soon after the primer section, and it didn't work. Like, it started to break up my foundation, but as a standalone product all over my face and then just a little bit of concealer where I need it, that's perfect for the summer months. I am now at exactly 20 grams with this product, and that's a difference of 6.4 grams since the intro and 4.2 grams since update 2, so quite the jump as well. For my first update I only had a difference of 0.9 grams, and at my last update I had a difference of 1.3 grams in between updates. So yeah, definitely using this more, and you can just tell it's warming up, although it's very gloomy and rainy outside now. But yeah, of course we're gonna get lovelier weather again, and then I will be using this. Let's talk about foundation. Let's kick off with the one that I've been using every day, and this was the PS My Perfect Color Illuminating Foundation in Nougat. It had such a lovely, clean usage on there. I loved seeing the progress pictures, you know, but then it came to the point where I couldn't pump this anymore. So I started using it by opening it up, and hopefully you can see there really isn't much that I can still reach. Also, this is like a really slim bottleneck, so there's not a lot of tools that I can get, you know, in there with. A lot of my spatulas or brushes are like much wider than this. Anyway, I've decanted what's left of it and then used whatever I could from this straw here as well. And the remainder of what I could get out is now here in this jar. And I've been using this almost daily. Sometimes I've been using a different foundation, another concocted one that I will get to in a moment. So there's not a lot left. Silly me, I forgot to weigh this item empty. So yeah, we'll just, you know, we'll see when it's empty how much product was actually left. But coming back to this packaging, there are 7.4 grams less in here now. And that is a total of 33.4 grams since the intro, which is interesting because there's 30 mils in here, because 30 milliliters only equals 30 grams worth of water. But yeah, with a different consistency, who knows? But yeah. 33.4 grams is what you're going to get out of this specific foundation. It's interesting knowledge to me because I've got a backup that I haven't cracked into yet. So yeah, I know what to expect now. As for this one, I've now weighed this and it's at 55.5 grams. So yeah, who knows? Then I also wrote this foundation into the project right from the get-go, Arbonne Perfecting Liquid Foundation in Deep Beige. It's too dark for me. I always said that I was going to use this up by frankening it. I have done that now. We can see the progress. I mean, this is from the intro. It was in projects in previous years. So yeah, around here, and I'm here now. I haven't used it all up yet. I had to concoct it, like I said, and I put it into this Note foundation bottle here, which I mixed up, and yeah, you can still see the marble effect of it. I have put a much, much lighter foundation that is too light for me, another Primark one, into it, and I've mixed it. The original Note foundation, and there was some of it left in here, was just too high coverage for me, and this is a very liquid foundation, and the other one is sort of medium coverage, so it's sort of toned it down a little bit, but I still find it very high coverage, so I don't need a lot of it. Also, I'm so sorry about this banging. My neighbors are doing God knows what right now, but this is the only slot I've got this week to film, so it just has to happen. So in terms of the Arbonne foundation, I have got a weight difference here of 7.3 grams. So now, and I've already started using the Note here and there, but I weighed it today. So now my goal is to use 7.3 grams, the exact same amount that I used up from, or that I took out of this bottle here. It makes perfect sense to me. I'm not going to try and force myself to use it all the way up. You know what, I may do, you know, but I think, yeah, if I've used up the equivalent of weight that's in here, bearing in mind there's still more in here, and I'm gonna have to concoct more of that. And if I use that up, I'm gonna call that a gourmet, yeah. So this now weighs in at 79.2 grams. So I need to be down to 71.9 grams in order to reach my goal for whatever I've franken out of this one so far. I've got one concealer here because usually it takes me about a year from summer to summer to finish up a concealer. Of course, this one has got more in it than the previous ones that I finished. But I'm still quite hopeful. This is the XX Revolution Concealer in CX2. I've got a backup of this in CX1. And I've got a little bit of progress on here because this is the only concealer that I'm using. And I'm using this every day. Even on days where I'm not using a foundation, if I'm combining it with the Revolution Pro Brightening Primer, this is a good mix for me. This is currently at 42.4 grams. I have used up 0.7 since my previous update, and that's 4.1 since the intro. I seem to have slowed down a little bit on the progress. So 0.7 versus 1.2 at my last update and 2.2 at my first update, but this reflects the actual time in between updates. It's only been a month since my previous update. Before that, I think it was 2 months. And before that, it was 3 months. Let's look at my blushes. I've put 2 cream blushes in here and a highlighter illuminator stick that works for cheeks and lips. But yeah, this is my PS cream blusher. I got this one from Ruth. I think, yes, I got the Note foundation from her as well, actually. And then a few other products. I'll try and remember to point it out. But yeah, okay. PS cream blusher in Rose. Here is what this has been looking like, and I think the pan is just so interesting, and I've been able to reveal even more of that. So here is what we're dealing with right now. I can't wait to expose all of it and use it up to completion. I have got a weight difference on here of 1.1 grams since my previous update, and that is 4.7 since the intro. And I used up 2.1 at my previous update, so about the same considering that was 2 months versus 1, and then 1.5 only at my update 1. I'm definitely trying to use this almost every day, not every single day. It doesn't always work in terms of the color, but I could have worn it today, but I forgot. But yeah, here we are. I'm hopeful I can have this done sooner rather than later because I still have another cream blush that I would ideally like to go through as well. And the other item is a Fenty blush stick, or matchsticks they actually call them. I've got so much in here and I've got no weight difference on here. I know I've used it, but it's just not enough to show up on the scales. I'm only looking at 10th grams rather than 100th grams. So yeah, you know, yeah, I might be using up like 0.01 in between updates. 0 since my previous update, but I have used up 0.1 since the intro. Woohoo! And that weight difference was between my intro and update 1. I tend to combine this with the Dr. Hauschka illuminating stick for cheeks and lips. And I'm wearing this today on my lips, mixed in with a lip liner that I will talk to you about in a moment. Yeah, I like this one. This is just in the shade 4. There's not a weight difference on here, and here's how much I have left, although there is a bit of a plastic base. So we're about here, and then if I roll it all the way down, this is what we're looking at. Right, weight difference, 0.1 since my previous update, and 0.6 since the intro. This expires in September, but I'm not too worried about it. I think I should be able to finish it up by the end of the year, and I think that's fine. 3 months over the expiration date, I'll be all right with that, I think. Let's look at face powders. I wrote 2 into this project, and look at this first one here, because they're both still in here, just about. And this is my PS Perfect Color Foundation Pressed Powder in Nougat. It matches that foundation that I had to decant. And here's this tiny amount that I've got left of it. This is a second repress. I already repressed. I believe I showed that to you at my last update. And everything was just collected right here at the bottom or the top here as I'm holding it upside down. And I couldn't really access it anymore, especially not with my bigger brush. I mean, it was okay with like a smaller one for powdering or setting my under eye concealer, but I still wanted to use it all over my face. So I've repressed it again, and this is all I have left. I've got a weight difference on here of 0.9 grams since my last update, and that is 6.7 grams since my intro. And there are 10 grams in here. Obviously, it already had use on it. I feel like there was pan in it already. So yeah, I'm obviously really, really close. I'm so excited. This will definitely be a rollout in my next update. And I did think like, shall I wait? But then I thought, no. It's kind of like, at least for me, I find it more exciting to show you products that are really, really close to being done so we can see that progress rather than just showing up with all these empties. There'll be empties next time, don't you worry. And my second face powder is a loose powder. This is by H&M, and it's the Seamless Setting Powder in Light. It's really lovely. You know, this is one that I would take with me, put it in my handbag, take it traveling. I went traveling recently, just got back yesterday. It was so lovely. I had a family reunion here and over here, there. Like, I feel like it's ever so slightly less than before visually. And I've used up 0.6 grams since my previous update, and that's 1.7 since my intro. So it's about the same in between updates, but then again, more because this has been the shortest time period in between updates. So I'm doing all right with this. There are now 10 products left to talk about, and they're all eyes and lip products. Let's continue with eyes. I've got another empty, and I'm wearing it for the last time today. I really wanted to push myself to still apply this, even though it was such a hassle. Barely went on. Whatever I was putting on, I was scraping it off with the plastic because you know, it's done basically, even though there's a tiny bit of a dome left, but you know, for all intents and purposes, this is done now. And this was the Vive Eye Wand in Silver Mink. So this is it rolled up all the way, but there's a plastic bit. And so here is what I actually still can use to apply it to my eyelids with. And yeah, this is done now. Absolutely love this. This was a gift from Ruth, who didn't quite like this one. I think it was the color, because I seem to remember that she's still been using, and probably has finished by now, another Vive Eye Wand in a different color. I really loved this one. It was such a beautiful, let me give you a swatch for, you know, I can still do that. Such a beautiful color. It worked so, so well with my Pan That palette, with just about anything really, to just deepen it up a little bit, using it as a base for any other type of eyeshadow on top. I have used up 0.3 grams since my previous update, and that's 0.8 grams since the intro. And this packaging now weighs 7.9 grams. So if you've got a Viva eye wand in this type of size, which is 1.40 grams, it's really not a lot, is it? So I've used up more than half of this pencil within this project. I'm pleased with that. Yeah, so you should be done with it at approximately 7.9 grams. Right. I've got no progress on the Nude Sticks Magnetic Eye Color in Terra, not Terror. Another one I got from Ruth. I have no progress on here yet. I mean, yeah, now that the Viva's done, I will absolutely be wearing this one a lot more often. I know I have used it, but I haven't reached 1/10 of a gram worth of progress yet. And I haven't, in fact, since update 1. But I have used up 0.7 grams since the intro, just nothing recently. 2 e.l.f. No But Shadow Sticks, both from Ruth as well. One is called Perfect Pearl, that's the lighter one, the longer one. And the shorter one is Champagne Crystal. And I have got progress on Champagne Crystal, not on Perfect Pearl though. And here's where I am with Champagne Crystal. I am trying to use this every day now that the Viva's done. So here is that. There's definitely still some kind of, you know, depth here to it, but it is also very sparkly depending on where the light hits it. I've used up 0.1 grams since my last update, and that was the intro for this item because I had to replace a different product that went bad. Perfect Pearl is still at 13.8 grams, and so no difference since last time, but I've used up 0.3 since the intro, and there's still quite a lot left here. But I'm quite confident I can do it. And I'll give you a swatch of this one as well, so you can also compare it to Champagne Crystal. So it's definitely a lot brighter, yeah, than Champagne Crystal here. Super lovely. Works with just about any eye look. I've also had 3 eye pencils in this project, and now I'm down to 2, and one is so close. I'm very excited, and this is another product where I just wanted to show you what it looks like today so that we've got even more content for the next update when hopefully this will be another empty. And this is the Maybelline Tattoo Liner Gel Pencil in Soft Bronze. I really just don't have a lot left of it. I was using this exclusively for a long time, and that's when I had such a massive jump there. And then recently, while I went on my trip to hang out with my family, I was only using this one because I really wanted just very light hand luggage instead of just packing all of my stuff. And today I'm using exclusively a different eye pencil, a black hole, which I'm going to show you in a moment. But yeah, there's some nice weight difference on here as well. So that's 0.7 grams since my previous update, and I've used up 3.5 grams since my intro. Very confident this will be a rollout next time. And here's my other eyeliner. And you know, also bear in mind, these are my only 2 eye pencils that I've got in my entire collection right now. And once this is done, I'm gonna try and only work with this one. I think that's smart. It's kind of like quite dark, but I do like that. But it just blends out a bit too cool toned for my personal preference. I think it could be a bit more neutral. Yeah, but never mind. I think I'll make it work. I'm just gonna have to, you know, experiment with it a little bit more. This is the P2 Intensive Kohl Eyeliner in Dramatic Japan. I've used up 0.1 grams since my previous update, and that is 0.2 grams since my first update, which was the intro of this item. Again, this was a replacement eye pencil for a different one that had gone bad. Let's talk about my 4 remaining lip products. Here's an item that was also a replacement product. A second eye pencil had gone bad and I didn't have eye pencils left. So I decided to roll in a lip liner, even though I didn't initially want to do that. But here we are. This is the Revolution Satin Kiss Lip Liner in Chauffeur. And here's how much I have of this today. This was rolled in at my previous update, and I have used up 0.6 grams since then. And this now weighs 5.2 grams. This is what I'm wearing today in combination with the Dr. Hauschka Illuminating Stick. I'm quite liking it, yeah. but I know that this one's gonna go much faster than the Dr. Hauschka, but so be it. I've also got a bullet lipstick in here. This is by Mina, the lipstick in 257. And here is what this one looks like. I've got, for the first time ever since my intro, a tiny bit of a weight difference on here. So happy. And I've used up 0.1 grams since update 1 and 2. For a total of 0.1 grams worth of usage since my intro. So this is now at 39.4 grams, and maybe I can do it by the end of the year. I'm gonna have to try it, but I'm still working on one other one that I would like to finish first, because I always just think lip glosses, they don't last as long as a bullet lipstick, and this one, the Mina one, smells divine. Right, here is the Note Mineral Lip Gloss. This is the one I would like to just work out of my collection by panning it. This is in Coraline. It's very high coverage. You really don't need a lot of it. It's very glossy as well. Always like transfers to my teeth, so I'm constantly doing this as I'm like talking, you know, quite self-aware of that. Anyway, 0.6 grams since my previous update, and that's 1.2 since the intro. Hopefully I can have it done. Not much to see there. There is windowing, but this really just depends on how you're storing this product. We're just gonna have to talk through this now and pretend it's not here. Okay, final item. This is my Huda Beauty Faux Filler Lip Gloss in Sugar Baby. I'm so close. I'm down here. This is in my handbag, and I have used up 0.5 since my previous update, and that is a total of 2 grams exactly since my intro. I think this could be a rollout for next time as well, although I'm not going to try it because I just love it so much. 21 at my last update, 2 new empties, I'm down to 19. I think that's okay. In terms of where I think I might have empties soon, the pressed powder, maybe the cream blusher, definitely the Maybelline eye pencil, and maybe what's left of the PS foundation, possibly the lip gloss as well, and I think we'll see some decent progress on here too, on this lip liner by Revolution. And let's just see. I mean, I've now got 3 eyeshadow sticks left in this project. I might try and have all 3 of them in my everyday makeup drawer for a little while until I settle on 2 of them. I do like to have a little bit of variety. I think it would be nice to have a little bit of progress on each of them next time. Let me stop here because this is just so noisy, and I do apologize. Thank you so much for being here, for watching this video all the way until the end. I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't done so already. And other than that, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or night, wherever you are, and I'm sending you so much love. Take care, bye.